Audio. Immersion is nothing without audio. We've made a special effort within TrainSim World 3 to ensure you'll have a great experience. Using help from friends and partners within the TSW community, we spoke to Adam, our senior audio designer, to talk about why TSW3 will be a treat for your ears. The world of audio in any game, any video game, is just as important as the visuals. Without it, you don't have a video game. Now, that's quite an opening statement, we know. But if you really think about it, you'll know it's true. Here at Dovetail Games, we're always trying to ensure that we deliver the best audio experience we can. That's why TrainSim World 3 has been a monumental effort by the audio team to try and level up the audio experience for players. First off, we'll start with the routes themselves and the improvements and upgrades that have been made there. For Castle Wurzburg, we have been very lucky to have the expert experience of Mate Goltz to do the Ice 1 audio for us. He has already been involved in the setup and simulation of this particular loco too, so it was a great fit. On the rest of the route, we have integrated the same spoken word alerter system into the tracks locos that can be found in Ice 3 and Ice 1, as well as addressing a few bugs from previous versions. Below is what we call the Spectrograph, which visually shows the audio journey players will experience when they're playing a game. Below is a Spectrograph for the Ice 1. Yeah, purple lines. Doesn't do much for me. There's the sound of door alarms, start of the fans spooling up. So you can see all those things in the graph, but, you know, it's not that useful to talk about. Southeastern High Speed has probably had one of the bigger upgrades as we upgraded the Class 375 audio to match the same audio that was introduced into the Class 377 for the Brighton Mainline DLC, made improvements to the Class 395 audio and replaced the Class 66 audio completely thanks to the help of Armstrong Powerhouse. Again, with the help of AP, we have also updated the wagon sounds for the UK freight wagons, so this now distinguishes them from other freight wagon sounds. It could have been so easy to just leave the locos as they were and spend time elsewhere, but we believed it was important, so made many improvements as we could. Well, the AP fans will be jumping for joy and making messes in their pants. Cajon Pass introduced a brand new locomotive to the mix in the form of the ES44C4, and this required a new sound set. We're very fortunate to have recordings of an ES44 prime mover, so we're able to get those in and make sure we had a good footing for this GEVO locomotive. The other important element was the horn, and as always, we were able to rely on US locomotive horn collector enthusiast Jim Beliski to provide a recording of the K5HLL needed for the BNSF ES44C4. As always, we've had plenty of support from our Discord beta community who have provided advice, resources, and pointers when we've needed it. Thanks, folks. Our other new features we've had to add audio to are the passenger umbrellas, so as you walk past passengers with umbrellas up, you'll hear rain falling on the umbrella. A small detail, but something like that might just catch your attention as you walk past. And it's little details that make the scene feel real. And finally, there's one area that's had a facelift, not only visually, but audibly, and that's the UI. It's got a whole new background tracks being created by a member of the Dovetail community team, Benjamin Simons. It incorporates some subtle musical elements while keeping the focus on ambience and weather to really go with the changing weather in TrainSim World 3. And not only have we changed the background track, we have changed the UI sounds to give them a new fresh feel. So, this is the world of audio in TrainSim World 3, and we're incredibly proud of what the team have been able to produce over the last few months. Now it's over to you, the players, to enjoy the experience we've created for you. Visual effects. We'll want to see these ones. In TrainSim World 2, the world looked great if there was either no snow or full snow, but there were clearly room for improvement with the variable snow. One of the key challenges was that the snow applied to different parts of the game at different rates and with different effects, so you'd see an unbalanced scene. Tracks are almost covered there, and the locos are throwing up snow on the pilots. Looks nice. For TrainSim World 3, we've come up with a completely new system for managing how snow is applied, called a Weather Mixer Material function. That's a mouthful. Every material in the game now uses this and ensures the snow is applied evenly and consistently throughout everything you see in the world, with the end result being much nicer view as the world gets whiter when snow continues to fall. We also wanted to give the snow a little more impact on the world itself, and using a technique called vertex displacement, we have made it so as snow falls, it doesn't just go white, but actually looks like snow is piling a bit as well. You'll see the sleepers disappear in heavy snow, for example. Looks cool. And even covered tracks. Character art. Within TrainSim World 3, we strive to add in lots of touches to improve your gameplay experience. That's no different with how we've approached our NPCs, non-playable characters. We asked our senior character artist, Jansen, to tell us and show us a little bit about what we've done to create a more realistic set of characters within TSW3. After reviewing the current state of characters in TSW2, we decided on 3 key areas that we wanted to focus on and improve with Train Sim World 3: skin tone, hair, and materials. For skin tone, we wanted to make sure that every character had consistency between each other to make them feel like they belong to the same world. We wanted to make sure the skin tone was as accurate and as realistic as possible. There's quite a bit more detail there, a bit of shine. It looks less cartoony, more real, and very creepy with no eyes. When looking at hair, we wanted to use what we had learnt on other projects to improve the materials and modelling in order to make something look closer to real hair. We felt this was important to help add that extra layer of immersion and realism into the characters. We started from scratch and used a more modern card placement approach to layer cards in a way that could get depth and focus on the silhouette. We also started using hair caps to help us fill any gaps, to help us blend the hairlines into the scalp. This approach then led us to creating new material, which behaves more accurately on how real-life hair does. While the hair has multiple specular highlights, one being representation of the colour of the lights and the other being a mix of the hair colour and light colour. So much more realistic, less serial killer-like. Materials was another important one. After reviewing all the clothing items currently in the game, we decided it was very important to try and improve all the clothing textures and materials. Trying to achieve more realistic material reads was important and going to help a lot of that variety to characters that will be seen populating the game, as you can see from these images. It's amazing what changing the material actually does. It's the same coat, but it's quite different. Features included in Train Sim World compatible add-ons within TSW3. We can confirm that these new features, dynamic weather, will be available for Train Sim World compatible content, previously preserved collection. The remaining features listed above will only be available within Train Sim 3 World content on launch. And there ends the first roadmap for the Train Sim 3 era. There we go. Well, thanks for listening. Bye now.